Well, corn and soybeans all down on Tuesday, thanks to winter wheat being under profit, taking pressure after soft red winter wheat futures closed Monday near a 9-year high. But it may be just a short bump in the road for wheat prices. Clinton has more in today's analysis.
Joe Vaclavic with Standard Grain, our guest today. Joe, we've been kind of keeping a pretty close eye on this wheat market. Wheat prices have been really strong, but you and I were talking that there may be another story out there that helps lend long-term support to wheat.
Two things out there that I think are of importance, both of which are kind of like policy-related items. The first one is that Russia said that it would increase its tax on wheat exports if prices rise to a higher level. What exactly that level is, we don't know. But that's something that could shift the wheat export situation. It could steer some more demand to the United States if these export taxes in Russia become high enough. Remember, Russia's the world's biggest wheat exporter. So
right.
if you get into a really restrictive environment when it comes to those exports, it could be friendly to the U.S. wheat market. The other issue is this story regarding GMO wheat, Brazil and Argentina. Brazil has become the first country to approve the import of GMO wheat flour. And this doesn't sound like a big story, but it is, because, you know, when you think of corn and soybeans, it's largely been accepted that GMOs are you know, the deal. That's what everybody imports is GMO corn from the U.S., GMO soybeans from the U.S. In regard to wheat, that hasn't been the story because wheat is a commodity that's more directly consumed by humans, where your corn and soybeans it's more animal feed, that sort of thing. So it has the potential to really be a game changer one way or the other in regard to wheat. Your first scenario would be that, you know, every major importer rejects this GMO wheat, and that's something that could steer a bunch of export demand that would have come out of Argentina to other places. The second one would be that 5 or 10 years down the road, everybody's growing GMO wheat. Is that the direction that we're headed? This isn't anything that impacts the market short term, I don't think, but it's a really interesting story.
Yeah, it's an interesting story, a way to look at it long term and see, you know, and I think the way that you couched it from saying that, you know, it could steer some exports from us to other places, and then long term, whether or not everybody gets on board with it. It's something that we've talked about for a long time, Joe, but, you know, haven't really seen much movement on recently until now. So thank you so much for bringing it up. Appreciate it. We'll be back with more Ag Day coming up in just a minute.
For more information about Standard Grain and its services, call Joe at 312-462-4438.